All right, you guys. So welcome to our Team Rock Hard Bodies live webinar. This is an opportunity where our team comes together to really give you guys the full picture, the bigger perspective of what coaching is all about and what the opportunity can give to you and your family and how it works for each one of us, and help you realize that we're all different walks of life and that we're really on this mission just to become the best version of ourselves, help other people do the same, and truly live a life of freedom. So to kind of get you started, introduce myself, I should say. My name is Jessie Vandenberg. I am the founder of Team Rock Hard Bodies. Team Rock Hard Bodies started 5 years ago. I signed up as a coach on accident. I was a full-time personal trainer, nutritionist, and group fitness instructor, and just had a really chaotic schedule and had a huge heart and passion for health and fitness, loved what I did, and that is truly why I was okay with running myself ragged. I really didn't think twice about it, truly, until this opportunity was presented to me. Then I immediately saw it as an opportunity for me to help more people get healthy and fit. So as a personal trainer, we're limited to being able to help people right around us in the gyms, in people's homes, however it is. If you do business online, you are really doing all your marketing and you put in a lot of time for really little return. So for me, 5 years ago, I was that personal trainer that I never offered anybody some sort of product. I never promoted any sort of product, which is really rare in the fitness industry as a fitness professional. But yet everybody would come up and ask me what I was drinking, what I was eating, how do I look the way I do? And they were following that example. They literally wanted to do everything that I was doing in order to achieve their goals. And that is exactly what Beachbody is all about. When I would personal train people, people would always get to the point of feeling good and feeling amazing and then wonder how they could start personal training. And I had no way of being able to give them that opportunity other than go to school, go do an in-home study course that's like a 500-page book and hours of training with costing hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Then on top of that, only for them to go have to find their own clientele and build their own business and work lots of hours. So with personal training, we're up to the leniency of our clients. If our clients don't show up, we don't get paid. Whereas with Beachbody, we are able to work from home and have a schedule to be able to help people live healthier and more fit lives from the comfort of our home. We schedule our own hours. So that was a huge piece for me when I first started, was being excited to set my own hours. And I had to do so while working full time in order to build my business. So being good with time management was really important for me. To back you up just a little bit, when I signed up, I accidentally signed up to become a coach. I know that sounds silly, but when I signed up 5 years ago, I was a girl that hated to be sold to. I never went to home parties. I never I hated the sales thing. It was really sticky feeling, uncomfortable, and I hated the pressure. So when I went to a Turbo Kick instructor training course, I went up to talk to our teacher during intermission, and she was drinking some chocolate shake. And I was like, oh, hey, what are you drinking? And she said Shakeology. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? I've never even heard of it. So of course, I wrote it down because I didn't want to ask her what it was. I didn't want her to try to sell me something. And I went home. I researched it with a fine-tooth comb and found it too good to be true. Was led to a website to sign up for a 30-day money-back guarantee, to what I thought was like I could return it whenever I wanted if I didn't like it, only to realize I signed up as a coach. And biggest blessing in disguise for me and my family. And so what the coaching opportunity gave me was an opportunity to help more people, like I said, for me to reach the masses, for me to do what I was already doing as a personal trainer, but now to get out there through social media and have accountability for myself. No matter who you are, you always need accountability. You always could use more support. And I was a personal trainer and a nutritionist with very poor nutrition. I wasn't practicing what I was preaching. And it just goes to show you that everybody has their flaws. So immediately I started on working on myself. I started sharing that journey, and was only motivated to use this as an opportunity to help more people. And when I heard about a free family vacation, an opportunity to earn a vacation, I was all in. And that was because my husband worked a very toxic job. He worked full-time construction, never got time off. And I'm the youngest of 5. So the opportunity for a vacation was like huge for me. And I just needed to know what I needed to do to earn that. And it all revolves around helping more people. Everything in this business is all about helping more people. Your income goes up when you help more people, and genuinely help more people. And so I earned that family vacation. And the turning moment for me was when we were on that family vacation, and my husband, I always get teary-eyed, when my husband looked over to my daughter and was like, oh my gosh, can you believe that we're here because your mom worked so hard, for this trip for us? And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. And at that point, I knew this was the real deal. Like, I knew I was right where I needed to be. And at that point in time, I truly didn't have to work anymore, but I loved personal training. And I just kind of got to the point where I started cutting back on clients. I started cutting back on classes, and I started to be able to gain more control of my time, better time management, and really just focused on being a student and learning how to do this business. You guys, I'm not tech savvy at all. I've always had to be a student and learn how to do things. I've learned and grown through technology to how to improve, how to build my business. I've built majority of my business through social media. So if you're not a tech savvy person, don't be afraid, because I wasn't either. I posted very little on social media. I didn't have a ton of friends when I first started on social media, and just grew that and just put myself out there, shared my journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, but in a positive fashion. And you attract like-minded people. As a former personal trainer working all of these crazy hours, there was times where my pay was so up and down because my clients wouldn't show up, or clients, had to pause because they're going on vacation. You don't get paid for that. Whereas now I have the opportunity to help people wherever I want, whenever I want, travel when I want. And because of this opportunity, we have been able to pay all of our debt off. And now we have just purchased our dream home. And it just, it really seems so surreal, but it's so true that if you truly have a heart and passion to want to improve and want something more for you and your family, this is an incredible opportunity. It's definitely not a get rich quick. It's all about focusing on improving yourself mentally and physically and sharing that journey. This business is all about sharing and not selling. If you are trying to sell people, you're not going to get anywhere with it. Beachbody is a multi-level helping company, and truly helping more people get healthy and fit is going to create more freedom. So here we are 5 years later, and are able to travel whenever we want, and be surrounded by an amazing community. Our team is really focused on helping, other people just become the best versions of themselves and to pay it forward, and truly create a life of freedom in the process. And a lot of that starts with their mindset and just believing in themselves that they too can have success, and they too can get in the best shape of their life and be surrounded by amazing people. So I'm super excited to share with you and introduce one of my best friends, Tanya Landis. So goes to show you never know who you're going to meet at different locations. So my daughter decided she wanted to be a part of a dance class for a very short period of time. And that is where I met Tanya, sitting right next to me, drinking Diet Dr. Pepper and Cheez-Its. And who cares, right? I love Cheez-Its too. So we were just sitting there chatting, and she was talking about, remember her saying like, oh my gosh, my husband would kill me if he saw me doing this. And I was like, oh, and just started talking to her about Shakeology, you guys. When I first started coaching, I had no product experience whatsoever. I built my business on passion and excitement, period. And so I just started talking to her about it, and very nonchalantly. And she was like, hey, actually, like I tried Shakeology before. And we just started conversating, and one thing led to another. And she, wanted to lose weight. She wanted to feel better. And here she is today. So I'm going to let you share your story. She's an incredible, busy mom of 3 kids. And she's married and lives here in Oregon. Incredible lady. So Tanya, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Jessie. So my name, like Jessie said, is Tanya Landis, and I am a mom of 3 very busy kids. I have been a coach for just almost 4.5 years. I did meet Jessie at a dance class while I was sitting in the corner, stuffing my face with Cheez-Its and drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. I was a tired, worn-out mom of 3 little kids. At the time, I had a baby, a toddler running around taking the dance class, and a grade schooler. And 2 of my children thought sleep was an optional thing for several years. So I basically didn't get much rest. And so I fueled my body with soda, sugar. If I ate, it was always sugar. And just coffee. I would drink a lot of coffee, and not black coffee either, like the fun coffee with lots of creamer in it, like half the bottle. So did not have the best eating habits. And I was sitting there, and I had my 3rd C-section and my 3rd baby. And I wasn't the cute little pregnant girl. I was the girl who gained 55 pounds, 50. And then my last baby, I gained over 60. I'm not really sure what I gained, because I know it was over 60 because I stopped looking. I just told him, don't tell me. I don't want to know. And I'm 5'3". So I was big, and people would ask me if I was having twins. My friend actually was having twins, and she was ahead of me, and she was smaller than me. So it kind of got out of hand. And then when I left the hospital, the weight, of course, did not fall off, and it was just hard. And I would try different things, but one of the things that I wanted to do was go to the gym, but going to the gym wasn't possible with 3 kids. That was a workout in itself, getting there. And honestly, one of my kids she was really sick. And so we couldn't put her in the daycare at the gym. And because of her illness, I actually couldn't work. I became a stay-at-home mom. I had worked prior to my 2nd child, but became a stay-at-home mom when she was born, because she needed round-the-clock care, and I needed to be there for her. So went from working in the working world to being at home and taking care of then 2 and then 3 kids, and was just really spinning out of control. My life was spinning out of control. I had pretty much lost myself. And don't get me wrong, I love being a mom, but it was so consuming, and I was just so busy all the time and not sleeping and not taking care of myself that I was just most days just a zombie and just doing what I can do to get through the day. And like Jessie had said, she was a personal trainer and liked working out. I actually didn't like working out. I hated it. And doing it was it was just hard to get motivated. I didn't like salads. I didn't like eating healthy food. I loved fried food. I loved ice cream. I loved sweets. Like anything that was naughty, I was all over that, and then some. So I came from a very different background, but I did want to get better. I wanted to get my body back. I wanted to stop wearing yoga pants that I wasn't doing yoga in. I wanted to, be able to put clothes on again. And most of all, I really wanted to be a good example for my children. I have a son and then 2 daughters, and I struggled with body image issues my whole life. And those are passed down from your mom. And I knew that. And I did not want my daughters to struggle like I did. So I knew that it was up to me to break the chain and make a decision to change. I had tried all the quick fixes in the past, would lose the weight, and would be like miserable to be around because I was hangry all the time. And then it would never last because it wasn't a lifestyle. And I really knew that Beachbody could give me a lifestyle change. And that's what I was looking for. And Jessie was so sweet. She talked to me and she was so patient with me. We did not have the money to sign up. We had been through financial destruction, is the way I like to say it, because we were in the real estate market in 07, 08. And if you were around then, you know, the bubble burst. And our daughter, her medical bills were equal to a college education. Insurance is great, but when your kid is sick, it doesn't cover stuff. Like, it's just false. Like, my daughter had to have surgeries. She had other things, and not everything is covered by insurance. Her medication alone after insurance, what paid for their portion, was still $500 a month. And with me not working anymore, that was a huge strain. Some months it was almost impossible. Like, I knew to the day when things would get shut off because I had become so good at like juggling things. I'd be like, well, we could wait on our electric and we could pay this, we could do this, we could do that. And so we were not in a good financial situation. But I also wasn't in a good mental situation. I needed to do something for myself. And so I signed up. I signed up as what you would term a discount coach. I signed up just to get a discount on Shakeology and the program because I knew that I was concerned about not being able to afford it. But I also had the intention of canceling. I was like, I'll just get this first pack and I'll cancel. And so I shifted money around and I used our Christmas money. I was like, you know, scrounging around for money wherever I could to get the money together for the pack to buy my program because I was desperate. I was desperate for a change. I knew I needed it. I knew my kids needed their mom to be better. And within a week, I felt so different. Jessie plugged me into her accountability group. I was drinking Shakeology. I was not perfect. I was still drinking pop. I'll just tell you that right now. And for those of you that are not on the West Coast, that's soda. So I was still drinking it daily. And I did drink it my whole first year of coaching. I'll just put it right out there. And I was honest about it. Okay. And then I still had, you know, but my sugar cravings decreased, my need for caffeine decreased, and I had energy and I felt good and it just kept getting better. So 2 weeks, I think it was almost 2 weeks into coaching or into my personal journey, even though I was still overweight, even though I was still drinking soda, and even though I was still not perfect on my nutrition, but I was trying, I decided to also start coaching. And the reason that I started to coach is because I knew that if I felt that good after just, 2 weeks, I wanted other moms to feel that way too. So I decided I'm going to do this. And so I told Jessie, she told me what to do. I did whatever she told me. And in the first month of, now mind you, I only started, I only basically worked 2 weeks that month because it took me a while to get on the bandwagon. I made enough to pay for my pack and some extra money. So I paid for everything I had invested to purchase my Shakeology and my program, and then a little extra money. And having a little extra money was a big deal for my family. The next month, I covered our grocery bill. We're a family of 5, and we had 2 kids in diapers at the time. I covered the entire thing. That was huge for us. Within 6 months, I was covering not only our groceries and some extra, but also our mortgage. That was another big thing. That took a lot off of my husband's plate. And I was also able to pay for alternative treatments for my daughter, which were huge. Those alternative treatments are ultimately what improved her quality of life. So I can't imagine where my life would be had I not been able to pay for those treatments, because before it wasn't possible. Insurance didn't cover them. We didn't have the means. We were trying. My husband was working around the clock, but you can only work so many hours in the day, especially when you have medical bills piling in on you and not going away. They just keep growing. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but with the fitness side of it and the nutrition side, over the year, I gave up soda. My sugar cravings decreased. I got in the best shape of my life. I could not even believe it. I had 3 C-sections and my stomach was huge. Remember, I have a 6-pack. And you can go look at my page. I never thought that. I got a 6-pack at age 35. I'm almost 38 now and I've kept it. So I think that's pretty incredible. I don't have body image issues anymore. In fact, I compete in bikini competitions now. And I truly look at it as my body is something I feel properly with food and good nutrition, such as Shakeology. And I don't struggle with it anymore. And I never thought I could say that. And because I don't struggle with it, my daughters don't either. They are, they just look at food as a form of fuel. Yeah, you have good food. They don't know what, they don't remember me stuffing my face with, and binge eating before because they were too little, fortunately. But they don't remember that. And that to me is worth every blood, sweat, and tear that I put into my workouts and to give up the sugar and the soda. So if you're someone that struggles with those things, I always struggled too. It was really hard and I've overcome it. It wasn't overnight. It took a while, but the key was having the proper nutrition, workouts, and proper support. Jessie was a big help. Having someone to hold you accountable on those days that you want nothing more than to shove brownies in your mouth, it's a huge, huge deal. And I honestly don't have that anymore. And it feels so good. So not only did I get in the best shape physically and mentally, financially, we are in the best shape we've ever been. We have freedom. We were able to, like I said, pay for our daughter's treatment. I retired my husband 18 months after I became a coach, which was great because he worked a lot of hours and he had a horrible commute. He didn't mind his job, but he was away from the family. And with 3 kids, there's always events in the evening and he'd always be trying to get there at the last minute, in traffic. And, he wanted to be there for our son's games and to see our daughter dance in her recital. But with a job and just all of that, it was, in a job where he needed to be there for a lot of hours, it sometimes was impossible. So he retired, and so he doesn't have to work. He started his own business because that's what he's passionate about, but he's a very flexible schedule. We switch off taking our kids to school every day. Sometimes we both go and then we go have breakfast together. We truly have freedom of time. As far as finances, I've been, the financial part has been huge. I never got into it for the money, but we were in a hole so deep that I never thought we would get out, and Beachbody got us out. And we have, I've been consistently making in the 6 figures for the past few years. I make well into the 5 figures each month. And that to me blows my mind for helping people and doing what I love to do and what I'm passionate about. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, that's great for her and that will never happen for me, that's what I thought too. But you know what? It did. Because why not you? Why not me? You can do anything that you put your mind to. I'm not someone that was into fitness before. Now I love fitness. Now I can't imagine my life without it. But you can do anything. You can train yourself to do anything. It's all about being consistent and being focused on what you're doing. I never work more than 15 or 20 hours a week. I never have in this business. I have 3 children. They are my priority and they always will be. But when I do work, it doesn't feel like working. It's fun. I love the community that Beachbody brings. I love what Beachbody has done for my life. I just had a coach yesterday her daughter was sick, and she had posted on Facebook. She had to call into work, and she posted in the group that our team reached out and was like, "How's your daughter doing? How is she feeling? Is she okay?" And she said that was awesome that she had people reaching out to her because no one from work texted her to ask how her daughter was doing. Just our team, our group, our little community. So if you're looking for nothing else but just a positive community, you can get that with our team. And really think about like what when you're looking at this business, it can be whatever you want to be. It's just about putting in the consistent effort. I never thought, if you looked at me, you can go to my Facebook page and look at me before and after. It's a totally different person. and it's a much better person, and it's the mom that my kids deserve to have. And that's what Beachbody has allowed me to do. So that's my story. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend here, Shalita Gray. She's a star diamond, and she's a mom of one beautiful girl, and she's married, and she loves spending time with her daughter and her husband. She's actually works full-time. She's head of HR. She has a great job, but with her job, she works a lot. So she has been able to build an incredible Beachbody business in just a year while working full-time. So she's going to share how she did that. Go ahead, Shalita.
Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate that introduction. So thanks, Tanya, again. I am Shalita Gray, and I think Tanya kind of hit it. I'm a mother of a 7-year-old who is going on 35. I have been married for almost 11 years. And I am currently working full time. But just to back up a little bit, I've been working with Beachbody now for just a little bit over a year, 13 months to be exact. And prior to becoming a Beachbody coach, I actually had a huge transformation. So I was 215 pounds after having my daughter, and I just blew up. I just ate everything. I was in a bad place. And I tried to take pills. I tried to take everything that I could to lose the weight. Eventually, I just went ahead and did a boot camp. I was working out in the hail, sleet, snow, rain. You guessed it, I was rolling in the mud. And it was hardcore, but I lost a good amount of weight. So what happened was that I was in this routine working out with so many wonderful people. I was just so excited about it. I lost weight, felt amazing. And then I got an opportunity to move to relocate for this current job that I'm in now as an HR manager. So when I relocated, of course, I don't have all those people there anymore. I'm off my routine, and I gained 20 pounds. And so for me, I was like, oh my God, I just lost this weight and I'm gaining the weight back. What is going on? So just to let you know how I got into this Beachbody thing, actually, my coach, Jessie, she did an ad on social media on Facebook. And it was just at the right time because I was just feeling really bad because I was gaining this weight back. I had really worked my butt off to lose this weight. And she put an ad out there on social media just saying, hey, I'm looking for some online fitness coaches, very passionate about what you do, love helping people, want to get in the best shape of your life. And I was like, yeah, that's me. I want to do that. I need to get back in shape. And honestly, I had just gained the weight because I was just such in a bad, toxic environment, which I currently am in, and just eating. I was out of my routine. I was I'm still doing this, terminating people, doing investigations, and just so many things. And I just wanted something to be passionate about, something that I could do and I could love doing and enjoy doing. And so when I saw this opportunity, I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. And so let me tell you, I talked to her, she talked to me, and I signed up right away. I knew I wanted to coach right away. So I didn't come in like a discount coach. I hadn't heard about Shakeology. I hadn't heard about anything of the product. I hadn't done anything before. And I was just so excited about helping people with their fitness journey. So she just got me started. And so I've just been going straight forward ever since. My why has always been to eventually be able to have the flexibility and freedom to stay with my daughter. Because like I said, I'm at corporate right now. I work 40 plus hours a week. It has its ups and has its downs, and it can be very toxic sometimes. And so for me, my why was to leave corporate America and to be able to spend time with my daughter, my family, to be on the beach and just have an amazing time with them. So I just started doing this coaching thing. And so a lot of people say, well, Shalita, how do you do this? You're an HR manager, you work full time. How do you do Beachbody part-time? And I'm like, yeah, you got to do some time management there. So when I first started, it was easy. I was only doing 1 hour. It was basically a power hour that I would do. And I would just work from 8:30 to 9:30. And I was just going through it and calling people and talking to people about our challenge groups. I was excited about it. But as our team has grown, I now have to manage it a little bit more. So now I get up early. I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I do my workouts, drink my Shakeology, listen to my personal development while I'm doing my workout. And then I'm also talking to some people, invite them to our next challenge group, and then I'm getting ready for work. So I have to get up a little bit early than most people because I have to schedule it a little bit differently. Most people may be doing this full time, and like I'm doing it part time, so I got to schedule it. So once I get to work from 7 to about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm working during that time. I may have a little lunch breaks in between, but for the majority of the time I'm working. After that, when I get home, I still have a 7-year-old daughter, so I'm cooking, I'm getting her ready, talking to her about her day, getting her ready for bed. Once I put her in bed from 8:30 to about almost 10 maybe or so, I am working. I am doing this. For me, this is a business. This is my business. I'm going to work it. I'm going to work harder because, like I said, my why is to eventually replace my HR job, which is really good and is lucrative, to replace it with this full-time as Beachbody. As you see Jesse and other people that are doing it full-time, I knew that is exactly what my goal was. So I do work it, whenever I can. So that's kind of how I have done this. As I've done this, has just been such an amazing change and transformation for myself. I'm more confident. Since I've been with Beachbody, I have lost those 20 pounds that I had gained. Since I relocated, I've done the ultimate reset, shared my journey, things that I probably thought I would never do. I have done that. I have an amazing Team Tough, that just keeps me grounded. And this is just an awesome opportunity for anybody who wants to just move forward, who's really passionate about helping people and also earning the extra supplemental income. So this has just been an amazing journey for me. And that's just a little bit of what I have done with the Beachbody and what it has done for me. And I know it could do the same thing for you. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm going to turn this over to this amazing lady who's a part of our team. Her name is Ashley. And Ashley, take it on over, lady.
Thanks, Shalita. That's an awesome story. So I'm Ashley. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach. I am also a 2013 Beachbody Challenge winner. So 3 years ago when I began my journey, I was actually a 70-pound overweight mom who was overwhelmed with life, motherhood, trying to balance everything. And I had my kids back to back. They were 15 months apart. And I, before that, had this dream and passion of being in the fitness industry. And after having my kids, I kind of just let that go to the side and just thought, it's maybe not what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, my kids were 15 months apart. And so when I was pregnant with my daughter, I really was like, no, now it's time to focus on the mommy thing. And I even got to a point of thinking that the way that I am now is just how it is as a mom. And it was a really sad place to be. But I would try diets. They wouldn't work. I finally came to a place when my daughter was almost 2 that I decided it felt placed on my heart that I wanted to become a surrogate. And so my family and I decided that we would go through with it. And I had twins for a family that couldn't have babies. And it was one of the most amazing experiences. But getting pregnant with twins already overweight, you can know I just shot up there. So at that time when I had them, I was now about 100 pounds heavier than I am now. So at the end of that pregnancy, I just had decided there was something inside me that was like, you know what? I don't need to be at this weight anymore. I can go after my dreams. I can go after what I'm passionate about in fitness. And I have got to get myself to be in a better position physically, to be a better example for my kids. And so I actually went to high school with Jessica. And I had watched her for many years do boot camps at the park. She was kind of like that girl that I would just watch like, oh yeah, that's what she's doing. I want to do that someday. And so I for the longest time, I told myself, like, the only way I can get in shape is by going to the gym. But after having the kids and, you know, many missed opportunities of making it to the gym, I knew that I needed to start trying this at-home workout thing. And so I'm like, I'm just going for it. And I called Jess and I was like, look, I am ready to sign up to be a coach and to start my transformation, but I am not going to start this thing until I have reached my goal. And so I had it all planned that I was going to do this. I was going to do it on the down low and lose my weight, get back, and then I was going to go tell the world about it and start my business. And what actually ended up happening is when I got my package and started doing it, I decided to use my friends on Facebook as accountability to help me on my journey. I decided to post what I was doing, not because I was trying to start the coaching thing yet or anything like that, but just I knew that if I told the world what I was doing, that it was going to hold me accountable to what I was going to do. And so at 4 weeks into my transformation, I decided I was going to put up my 4-week photo. And that was one of the most scariest things that I've ever done. But I knew that if I post that picture up there, that was not going to be the last picture that other people would see of me. And what I started noticing is that people were starting to follow me, and they were encouraging me, and they were telling me that I was inspiring them. And at that point, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to start asking if these people want to join me. And it just became very clear to me that I didn't have to be at my goal weight to be able to start my coaching business. I didn't have to be this perfect size or this perfect image. All I had to do was just do what I was doing with my workout programs, drinking my shake every day and sharing what I was doing and inviting people to do it along with me. And that is how I was able to make my business grow. And 6 months later, I turned in my results to the Beachbody Challenge. So if you've not ever heard of the Beachbody Challenge, you know, coaches, we run challenge groups, and our challengers are able to put their results in to win tons of money. And no matter what, you always get a free t-shirt. And I just wanted the free Insanity t-shirt. So I just sent in my thing ready for my t-shirt. And at the time I was waitressing at a golf course, and I had this number keep calling me in my apron. And so I'm like, gosh, I better go take this call. So I go in the bathroom, and it's the guy from Beachbody. He's like, I just want you to know that you're the, you know, most inspirational story for your age group, and you've won $1,000. And I was like, holy smokes, wow. So here I was, you know, 6 months prior, that I was at a loss of like who I was and who I wanted to become. And now here I was 6 months later, just doing what I needed to do for myself and for my family. And I was able to earn an extra $1,000. I was earning an income to help provide things for our family, to pay for bills. And I was just helping inspire people along the way. And that's just been one of the best things for me in this business, is that I can go out and inspire people. And that's something that I'm so passionate about, has been able to turn into a paycheck. Like you hear all the time that do what you love, money will follow. And you don't really believe it until you do it. And so my biggest thing to all of you guys out there is that if you have that burning desire in your tummy that tells you that this is what you're passionate about, yes, like Jess said, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's nothing like that. It takes time. It takes consistency. But if you have that burning passion inside of you, then you need to go for it. That's something that you need to listen to. So that's pretty much it about me. And thanks, everyone, for listening to all of us. And I'm going to turn it back over to Jess.
That was awesome. Thanks, ladies. So you guys can kind of get an idea of who we are as Team Rock Hard Bodies. Just an amazing community, great support, very family focused, and have huge goals and dreams just to be healthy, confident, happy, and to create the best life that we can for ourselves and our families. And, you know, hopefully you guys resonated with one of our stories. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, we would like to open the line up. You guys can unmute yourself. You can post questions in the chat here. We're happy to answer any questions if you're not wanting to actually unmute your phone. Post any questions in the chat so that way we can answer. But go ahead, feel free to unmute your phone. No question is a bad question. We're totally open books. There's no secrets to this business. And we would love to help bring clarity and give you more insight. So open it up. If anybody has questions, unmute your line or post in the chat, and then I'll proceed with some more information. If nobody has any questions. Anybody? This is always like a silence time. Nobody, it's like, oh, I don't want to ask any questions. So remember, feel free to post in the chat, you guys, down below. If this is new to you, it's at the bottom, the little bubble. I know for me, I would have been lost if I was on one of these calls trying to ask questions. That's how anti-techie I was when I first started. So I'm going to kind of proceed on where do we go from here? So basically from here, you guys want to reach out to your coach that invited you. So remember what I was saying, that majority of coaches or people that start and have interests are scared. They have lots of fears. They have lots of doubts. We all do, right? We still do. But really, it genuinely just starts with you making the decision to begin working on yourself, mentally and physically. Within Beachbody, we are huge on personal growth and development. Just as important, if not more important, than working on your health and fitness journey. I know for me, that has helped me become the person that I am today, and I'm so grateful for it. It just, really makes you a better person all around in your whole life. And so really reach out to your coach and let them know any questions you have. Let them know that you're ready to get started. You can start off, signing up is $39.95 to get started. There's awesome package deals to be able to get a fitness program in your first month of Shakeology for an incredible price, severely discounted. There's a couple of free program opportunities this month as well. So you order Shakeology, you get a free workout program. That's always awesome. I'm always about saving money over here. So those are always great deals. But you guys, the choice is yours. It's totally up to you. You have nothing to lose. Remember, it's always a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're like myself, you always want to have that insurance plan right in the back of your pocket, right? In case you're not happy. But I guarantee you are going to feel incredible, and you're going to be so grateful that you took the decision and decided to move forward. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us, post in the event. I will post the recording inside our event page, so you guys can continue to ask questions there. But remember, we would love to have you on our team. We welcome you with open arms, and we look forward to help train you and get you started. So we have an amazing coach training to help teach you and show you everything that we've done. It's super simple. It just takes consistency and showing up to actually work your business. I think the biggest thing for new coaches is it's easy to treat like a hobby. If you want to earn extra money to pay for your products or to pay for groceries, that's fantastic. We have lots of those coaches on our team. They provide so much value and, inspire so many people. If you want to pay your mortgage, you want to pay your bills, you want to earn vacations, that's awesome too. If you want financial freedom, you want to be debt free, you want to quit your job, that's totally possible. You guys, I would have never, ever, ever imagined I'd be where I'm at. Remember, I accidentally signed up as a coach. And I remember sitting on a phone call like this and hearing somebody tell me what they made. I was like, yo, that's nice. It's never going to happen for me. And then I sit here doing the same thing. So it's totally possible. It's totally possible. Have faith, believe in yourself, trust the process, trust us, and just go for it. Just make that leap of faith and have an awesome, fun time with it, just like we do. So thank you so much, you guys, for coming to the call. I'll post the recording up, ask questions, reach out to your coach so we can get you going and plugged into our team training. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you.